Now, DJing may be considered a man's world, but one woman is blazing a trail in the ultra-competitive arena. Akua Afram is forging a career as a DJ Aries. She's already attracted praise from around the globe as the next big thing in the world of spinning and mixing. I'll be speaking to her in just a moment, but first, let's take a look at her in action.
Hey, this is DJ Aries here. Welcome to my first little mini show. I'm here to entertain you all. I'm just happy to do this for you guys for the first time. I'm going to bring you a confusion of R&B, hip-hop, Afrobeat, some old school high life as well, with some hip-hop, some alternative stuff, a good mixed bag of everything. So I hope you enjoy, and we're going to have a ball.
Well, I haven't been doing this for too long actually, but I think music's such an amazing thing, and I've always wanted to explore it in different ways. There's the business, there's the practical, there's the instrumentation, there's the vocal, and I've always wanted to do DJ, but I've always been scared to do it. So a good colleague of mine, he's also a good friend, sold me some decks, these DJ decks, and I looked at them and I was like, whoa, where do I start? But I eventually started practicing and I got better.
Look at you, I'm so jealous because I've always wanted to be a DJ. It was something I wanted to do for so long, but I just never had the chance to go to DJ school. Tell us how you got into it.
It's so random. It's always been a lifelong hobby I wanted to try and tackle. So I had like a bunch of vinyls and it was sitting in my boot, doing nothing. One day I thought, okay, I need to start practicing doing something with these. So I had a good friend at work. I used to work for a music college, and he said, right, get started. You've got great taste in music. So I started practicing and beat matching, which is one of the techniques.
Oh, yeah?
For a good 6 months by myself, like a mad woman. Then I got, you know, the rhythm and knowing which songs to put together. And I played at a christening, one of my family, and from then, ka-ching!
Wow.
How much do you charge? I'm like, whoa, okay, I can make some money from this. Yeah.
So is this your day job?
Well,
or
it's
night job, should I say?
Well, it's becoming a day job because, as well, not only do I DJ, I mean, it incorporates so many other skills, creating playlists for brands, for shops, you know, and curation. You know, it's more than just playing in a nightclub. I also play in fashion shows, pop-up stores, festivals, exhibitions, etc. So it's not just at a nightclub. I like to create it as like a brand. Yeah. You know.
Oh, so I need to get on your list. I know that you got all these events. Now, you've been, you know, inspiring in terms of getting lots of good feedback from DJs around the world and musicians in particular.
Sure.
Even some from South Africa, where I'm from. So, how do you feel about that?
It's such an honor because I met Black Coffee out in Dubai when I was playing out there, and he's just amazing. He's such a legend, and I was so happy that he started following me on Twitter. Then he recently, only 2 weeks ago, I think, he started following me on Instagram. I was like, yes! So hopefully maybe I could be like a supporting DJ one day.
Yeah.
Do it in SA. That would be amazing because the music scene is just popping. A lot of people do not know about it, and they need to know. Oh
yeah, Black Coffee is amazing. Yeah. I love his tracks. What about actually your style here in London? How would you say that is?
I call it Afrofusion, or a bit of global fusion, because I started from playing Afrobeats. Now with African music, it does progress over time, and with me, I like to play different types of music, so I incorporate a bit of hip-hop, a bit of trap, bass, house, just mix the most unlikely songs, and when people hear, they're like, wow, this is different. So I like to create a different expectation, and it's all through my music influences. So in London, everyone's all about house and hip-hop and garage, but from last year, I started doing my own nights, and then eventually I got like international gigs, and I feel, you know, I'm quite global, so whoever is feeling what I'm playing, then they book me. You know, pretty much playing Dubai because I'm based there as well, so that's amazing.
That is amazing. And, you know, does being a female DJ make a difference in your sound, your track selection at all?
Not Not really, but the funny thing is when I'm playing by the booth, they're very surprised to see I'm a female because I'm quite small and I have to step on things just so people can see me.
Yeah.
So when somebody comes by and goes, oh, I'm like, I'm the DJ. Oh, sorry. It's quite funny, this surprise. Music taste. You know, sometimes people get surprised that I have good music taste, which is quite strange because why should only men have good music taste?
No, that's exactly right. Now, another thing that I'm interested in is trap music, as you mentioned. In London, since I've come here, I haven't been able to find many clubs playing that.
Really?
And you've introduced it, you say, you know, wherever you play. What's the response to that?
People love it's very young, you know, people from around even 11 onwards. You know, there's people like Rocky ASAP, you know, T.I., all these, you know, Chris Brown, even Rihanna incorporates into her music as well. It's quite a small subculture, so you hear in the underground kind of clubs, not in the most obvious clubs, unless they're in the charts or something.
Yeah.
And I like to introduce new sounds that are not always heard because people get bored of hearing the same thing all the time. And again, I start mixing that with bass, which is very...
Everybody likes some bass.
A bit of
gets
bass,
you dancing,
global
right?
bass.
Yeah. So how do you sit down and prepare for a gig? Do you actually select your tracks based on the audience you know is going to be there? Or as you say, you know, define it a little bit and make it your own? I
make it a mixture, so I'm a bit of a selfish DJ because I like to play what I feel, and people feed off that. Because I dance behind the deck, so when I'm dancing, people gauge off that. It's very engaging. I read the crowd, and sometimes if it's like a corporate event, I do specific things for them because I'm getting paid for it at the end of the day. So if they want something ambient, you know, with some Arabic feel to it, then I'll give them that. Sometimes if I'm playing in a festival or in a club, a bit of Afrobeats, a bit of even dance music as well, a bit of trance. Just mix the flavours up, you know, a bit of deep house. Yeah.
So given that you actually do read crowds, tell me, how does London's music scene compare to the rest of the world?
London is very spoilt. I love London, don't get me wrong, because I'm born and bred here. But there's so much spot for choice. The market's very saturated, and which is a reason why I kind of went out of London, just so I can find my space to, you know, put out my craft. And I think London still needs to know more about the house movement. There's so many types of global house sounds. It's not just douche, douche, you know, deep house and techno house and commercial house. That's all they know. The Afro house is amazing. South African house, you know, Latin vibes as well. I incorporate that, and I think it's more of an international feel.
Yeah.
I think UK, they're still stuck on commercial a bit.
Yeah.
It's just small. I mean, even now, only small little promoters are trying to come up with Afro house, alternative African music, and this has been around for ages. So it's slowly popping up.
So, yeah. So tell me very quickly, what's on your playlist?
Wow. I play a lot of Beyonce, a lot of Black Coffee, Bodhisattva. I play DJ Jeff, who's like a Portuguese Afro house DJ too. I play at jazz. It's quite unknown people, so.
Yeah. Well, Black Coffee, I know. He's great.
There you go. Yeah. And Kulo De Song, who's amazing as well. He's from SA.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good, you know, good few legends.
Sounds great. I'm going to try and get some of your music given to me. Thanks so much, Akua Afram, DJ here, joining us at All Right.